So there's some big news about Call of Duty that just dropped today, and basically it looks like Black Ops 6 Season 3 as well as Warzone Season 3 have now been officially delayed by Activision. Some people did see this coming. I was honestly a bit surprised when I saw the news, but looking back at the whole thing, I guess this was something we should have expected after we heard how Activision is basically treating the Verdansk re-release for Warzone. There's also been a lot of criticism surrounding Black Ops 6 lately, although I do feel that some of the issues have gotten better on my end. There are still lots of problems also with the anti-cheat and things like that have just really been messing up the player experience. There's a lot to cover in today's video, so let's just dive right on into this topic. Now, for the first major piece of news, obviously the delay is happening. Now, we had originally anticipated that the Black Ops 6 Season 3 launch date would be on March 20. The reason being is that the Battle Pass timer basically shows us that March 20 is when Season 2's Battle Pass ends, or at least that's what it was before this delay, which did imply that it was also when Season 3 was going to drop. That's just typically how it's always been. However, it looks like that's not the case anymore because the official Call of Duty account tweeted out earlier today that, quote, Season 3 is a big moment for Call of Duty Warzone and Black Ops 6, and we're taking the time to deliver a great experience starting on April 3rd. More to come following Call of Duty Warzone's 5th anniversary next week. So basically this is going to be a full 2-week delay, which does mean that Verdansk has been delayed by 2 weeks as well. This also means that any content for all the modes in Black Ops 6 is also going to be delayed. So if you've been following my updates on Black Ops 6 Zombies and Black Ops 6 content in general, but specifically for Zombies, you'll know that the mansion was supposed to be the next Zombies map, but it looks like that's also going to have to be delayed for the Season 3 launch. March 10 is the 5th year anniversary for Warzone, and it does look like we're still going to be getting news from Call of Duty about what we can expect to see returning to Warzone around March 10, but for now, we'll just have to wait for the actual map's release on April 3rd, which does sound like a lot, but if you think about it, 2 weeks isn't really that much. Either way though, Activision hadn't really confirmed the March 20 date beforehand. It was just assumed because of the Battle Pass timer, but they had confirmed to us prior that Verdansk was returning in spring 2025 last year, so I guess April still does work in that timeline technically. I'm not disappointed in the delay. To me, delays aren't necessarily a bad thing. I know that we've historically seen in the gaming world some pretty rough games get patched up much better due to delays. I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 could have definitely used some delays at the time, but in essence, the idea of delays isn't necessarily bad. It's just a bit interesting to see a delay in Call of Duty this time around because this is a re-released map, and technically they've had quite a lot of time to get this done. Now, I can understand maybe they determined those extra 2 weeks are needed to get that final polish on the map done, which could make sense. 2 weeks can go a good way in game development, but I'm really hoping that Verdansk doesn't launch in a super buggy, broken state and that it's actually done right. I don't know, I'm holding out for that hope. I know that Warzone players are feeling really disappointed by the lack of content from Activision and that the game just isn't what it was a few years ago. I mean, in that same time, Fortnite has dropped so much more content, and Warzone is made by a very large company, so you'd think that we'd be getting more content. I mean, even personally, I enjoyed Warzone a lot more back then. Even though I wasn't a major Warzone player, I could tell that the quality of Warzone was just better. Now, the community reaction has definitely been varied. A lot of people are annoyed that the delay is happening and that we won't be getting any big content updates for basically a month, and I can understand those complaints in some way. It's definitely annoying to be playing a live service game as large as Call of Duty and just have a lot of dead time in the content. Now, it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a bit worrying when you think about how much time they've had to work on Verdansk and ensure it was good before the Season 3 launch. The fact that there's a delay at this point is a little concerning in some ways because we obviously don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it's strange to see for sure, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Honestly, I'm not really sure how to gauge this news. Some leakers on Twitter are saying that even with this delay, it'll still likely launch in a broken state. Some others are talking about how they hope that Activision, since they claim to be going all in on Verdansk, is actually going to be fixing the map and that it'll probably be better. 2 weeks is not a lot of time, but it also also isn't a little bit of time, so it's really all up in the air right now as to what they might be doing for Season 3. I mean, according to some leaks way back before Black Ops 6 dropped, it looked like Verdansk was actually supposed to release with Black Ops 6 Season 1, and that it was planned to release then as was seen in game files. Of course, in game development, things just change at any second. Now, the Verdansk coming this time isn't just a copy-paste from Warzone 1, because there will be some changes to the map reportedly, like the stadium roof being closed and things like that. So it's more like a re-release, remaster type thing with some tweaks here and there so far based on what we're seeing. We know that floating loot is coming back, and we also know that the HDR, Grau 5.56, Kilo 141, and CR56 AMAX will be coming back, but those are according to leakers. There's also been some leaks about returning operators from Modern Warfare 2019, like Rose, Domino, and Mace. Aside from Modern Warfare 2019, we might be getting Hudson from Cold War. I mean, if we see Rose in Black Ops 6, that'll definitely be an interesting decision that sort of makes you wonder why they couldn't just let you port operators over from previous titles if this was possible. But anyways, it seems like Season 3 is just going to be sort of a trip down nostalgia lane for Verdansk and Modern Warfare 2019. What we know about Season 3 is that Verdansk has been getting tested out for some time. They brought Warzone content creators to try it, so it's possible that based off of the feedback from those content creators, they decided to delay the release, which hopefully is a positive thing for Warzone players. Now, in other news, it looks like daily login rewards are coming back, and we might actually see things like camo rewards in events. This is something that a lot of players have been complaining about because Treyarch so far hasn't given players any camo rewards in Black Ops 6, and a lot of people think that it's something that Modern Warfare 3 did a lot better, and I do agree that camo rewards are a lot more enticing than some of the rewards we've gotten so far, like sprays. I personally think we should be getting a mix of operator skins and camo rewards, and I hope that we'll be seeing some variety on that end very soon. You can only use so many operator skins, you know what I mean, but camos definitely you have more room to use them more often. Aside from these leaks and rumors, there is more news regarding things that Activision Studios are sort of working on behind the scenes. For one, it does look like Treyarch and Raven might be putting in some effort in a lot of aspects we haven't seen much of so far in Black Ops 6 and Warzone. Activision recently announced the addition of a new community feedback group called the Call of Duty Recon Squad. So this is basically an invite-only system where if you're selected, you're going to get an email telling you that you're in. What you do is apparently you're supposed to answer surveys, take part in focus groups and things like that, and you earn points which you can then use to redeem rewards like in-game cosmetics. Anyways though, it seems like they've been asking for feedback from this Recon Squad on events and things like that in Black Ops 6 and Warzone, so it's possible that we might be seeing a lot fresher, better events, better content updates and things like that going into Season 3 and beyond, and maybe they delayed based on creator feedback. Alright, so moving on from that, since Season 3 got delayed 2 weeks, we actually have some extra time to finish up the Season 2 Battle Pass. If you haven't gotten a chance to grind that out yet, now's your time. If you open up the game at any point, you'll see that there's this extension now, so as of today and me posting this video, you've basically got 30 days left to finish up the Season 2 Battle Pass, which is a really long period of time, so you should be able to finish it up. I'm almost done with it, but I'm sure that if you didn't get much time to play this season, you're going to be happier with this delay. Currently, in Black Ops 6, we've got the TMNT event, and the event pass still has, I think, about 12 days or so left in it, so you can unlock the pages just by playing the game and earning XP. If you want to get it done as fast as possible, you haven't logged on yet, things like that, double XP tokens and zombies is probably going to be your best bet. We know that there's going to be at least one more event this season, which is the St. Patrick's Day Clover Craze. We actually already got some leaks on what the event rewards are going to look like, and it's basically the same as some of the other events we've had so far. So in-game, you get eliminations and collect 4-leaf clovers to then unlock tiers in the event. So the rewards are the following: you get a spray called Archie's Fortune, an emblem called Pot of Gold, a weapon charm called Patty's Pal, a calling card called Lucky Rainbow, there's also the Fly Swatter Wild card, a 30-minute double XP token, the low profile perk for Warzone, and then a weapon sticker called Drop of Luck, and then a weapon blueprint called Cloverleaf, and if you have Black Cell, you also get the Black Cell variant of this weapon blueprint. Not my favorite event in the game so far. I feel like the rewards could have been better, and the Black Cell variant also doesn't really look like its base form version at all. Like, they just made it look like any other Black Cell blueprint you could have found in the Battle Pass. It doesn't really feel like it belongs in the event, but But yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be any other events like this until Season 3 drops. Do let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this news, on the delay, on the leaks, and all the information we've got so far about Season 3. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications set to all so you can stay up to date with all the latest content. Be sure to share this video as well, and that's all for today, folks.